scene of a shooting investigation here in Southeast Fresno. Take a look at the side of this house. It's destroyed. Investigators say a teenager plowed his SUV into the side of the house. We will show you what's behind this fence. It's the biggest piece of evidence into yesterday's deadly bus crash. Now, this portion of Main Street was lined up with local vendors for much of the evening, and also school children who took the time to write messages on the ground. Well, Anna, tonight is the first day of celebration marking the end of Ramadan, and tonight's event is twofold. First, acknowledging the end of the holy month and also protecting religious freedom. Now, this is the scene here at the Islamic Cultural Center.
They're all manufactured here.
Jim Lozano is a product manager with Aries Industries, a Fresno company that's responsible for these images.
Some of the first images that you see coming back of video are of the miners, the guys just peeking into the front end of the camera.
A camera exactly like this one was shipped thousands of miles from Central California to Copiapó, Chile, helping to give the family of the miners new hope.
It makes me proud to know that the equipment we've made may potentially help rescue these guys.
It's a camera that wasn't even built for this type of rescue. Its original purpose, for the water well industry. But because of its size, it's the only camera that can fit through a pipe no bigger than 2 inches.
So it's a very unique camera.
It has front and side views. It can rotate 360 degrees.
The specialty of this camera is being able to descend 5,000 feet, and it being a small diameter like this is able to get into very small openings,
giving the world a first look inside the collapsed mine.
The equipment that we sent them was about $20,000 worth, but you just can't put a price on someone's rescue.
A rescue effort that Lozano and others will always know they were a part of.
It's exciting knowing that our cameras may help in the ultimate rescue of these guys that are trapped that far deep.
Just up the road from where I'm standing is where investigators say the gunman is barricaded. Friends say his name is Jim Williamson. He was going through a nasty divorce. They tell me they thought he might hurt himself, but never anyone else. In the air and on the ground, law enforcement officers searched the Madera County mountains looking for a man police say shot and killed 2 women at a lakefront resort. What can you tell us about the gunman?
Well, what we're hearing, again, I can't confirm that, is that there was an ex-wife-husband relationship.
That's unreal. I mean, my God, you're supposed to come up here to relax and enjoy life.
Friends say Jim Williamson and his wife were in family court earlier in the day. He was upset about the divorce.
I knew Jim was very upset, and I spent time with him, and I was afraid that he might shoot himself. But I never thought that he would do something like this.
This is Judith Soley. The Fresno County Bar Association identifies her as one of the women killed in the shooting. It is 93 degrees outside right now, and at least one tenant inside this apartment complex says her AC unit is busted. They put them on the ground, and underneath this slab is the actual water meter.
Some of his clients are as young as, what, 5?
That's right, Monty, 5 years old in kindergarten. Children are shooting targets just like this one. When Jim walked back into the house, he says he didn't see any strange cars parked outside of his driveway. He believes the 3 robbers either parked their car across the street from the house or on the side of the road. One of the reasons this story is so heartbreaking is because Michael Riley survived 2 wars, only to come home and get gunned down in the streets of Merced. Police call his murder a solvable case, and they hope that the $50,000 reward will trigger someone's memory and bring justice to a family that's already endured the loss of 2 sons. Michael Riley, a Navy veteran, was graduating from Merced College, and he had earned a scholarship to a university when he was shot to death in 2008.
He was a 4.0 student. In that May of the year that he was killed, he was a recipient of 2 scholarships. And on his webpage, he said, "UC Berkeley, here I come." He was on his way.
But Michael never made it past his 29th birthday. October 7th, 2008, he was shot to death outside an apartment complex on Loughborough Drive in Merced. Investigators say he was on his way to visit a friend.
As he got in front of the apartment complex, he was attacked by 1 or multiple subjects.
Detective Joe Dellerman is assigned to the case.
We know other people saw this. We know there are witnesses to this. We just have to get to them, and hopefully this $50,000 will be a step to getting that in that direction.
Michael is the second Riley brother killed in the streets of Merced. Last year, his younger brother Marlis was found dead in this alley a few blocks from where Michael was killed. 2 men are serving time for that crime, but Michael's killer or killers remain at large.
I don't believe we'll ever have closure, but if we do find out, at least we know who, and hopefully the person can say why. At least we would know why.
His mother says the life that Michael was leading should never have led to this. Michael's parents say that it was their son's dream to attend Harvard University and become a lawyer one day. They say they are thankful to the state of California for offering the $50,000 reward and acknowledging that their son is worth the reward money. For weeks, Mike Butler wondered why he hadn't seen his elderly neighbor.
Like I said, it's been a while since I've seen him.
Little did he know the body of 64-year-old Adrian Lugo was decomposing, lying in a room covered with mold.
When I really knew something was going on is when I seen them putting the masks on over there. And that's when I kind of got scared, so.
Deputies covered up after finding Lugo's body inside his trailer. It's a deadly family secret investigators say the victim's nephew, Patrick Lara, lived with for almost 30 days.
I just don't know how this could have happened.
It all began inside this home last month. Investigators say Patrick Lara told them his uncle fell and broke his arm, but he never called for help. Instead, investigators say Lara put his uncle to bed and went on a spending spree. Merced County Sheriff's deputies say Lara used his uncle's ATM card to withdraw cash, even gambled some of it at Chikchansi Casino once he was dead.
It appears he had a plan, scheme, and design already in place to go ahead and use those finances of the relative.
Detectives also found a swamp cooler towards the back of the house. Lara told investigators he turned it on because the smell was starting to bother him. Neighbors say even their pets reacted to the stench.
My dog kept crossing the street, in the last couple of weeks, and he was kind of going off that way. Now that I think about it, maybe he was trying to say something, you know what I mean? Maybe he smelt it or something, I didn't.
Lara now faces charges of involuntary manslaughter, elder abuse, and theft of a caretaker. Police say the 45-year-old told them he was going to call for help after he collected more money.
I can't believe it.
In Merced County, Norma Yuriar, KMPH News.
Where could your heart be? Where's your soul at when you do something like that?